Just kidding. Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to call this meeting to order, and Dane will start with roll call.
Justice Peters.
Here.
Senator Hebb. Senator Orsiaka. Senator Coburn. Senator Andrews. Senator Myers. Senator Adam. Senator Bevel. Senator Page. Senator Okafor. Senator Meyer. Senator Kirkby. Senator Otiocha. Senator Campbell. Senator Crisply. Senator Kelly. Senator Parchman.
Here.
Senator Francis. Senator Arcienko. Senator Barnes. Senator Young. Senator Chidinma Obiora. Senator Chioma Obiora. Senator George. Senator Lopez.
Here.
Senator Yizak. Senator Desharla. Senator Villalobos. Senator Gomez. Senator Stefanski. Senator Ontiveros. Senator Scott. Senator Lubale. And Senator White.
All right, everyone. Looks like we have a quorum. We're going to move on to the approval of the minutes. So I am going to pull those up. Of course, the Zoom is in the way. Sorry, guys. There it goes. Okay, so I sent these out along with the agenda. Gonna scroll through them really quickly. I entertain a motion to vote on last week's minutes. All those in favor of last week's minutes, please raise your hand. Okay, you can put your hands down. All those who do not approve of last week's minutes, please raise your hand. Any abstentions, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Those have been approved. So we're going to move on. Is anyone here for open forum? Okay, so just a reminder, they have 5 minutes and the floor will not open up for questions or discussion. If you would like to open one later in new business, you can.
Hello, guys. How you guys doing? We're here to represent the esports team, the esports organization here at UT Tyler. Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to talking in the microphone. Sorry. My name is Micah. This is Tyler Roberts.
Jonah Akins.
And we're part of the esports organization here at UT Tyler. Who here has played video games before? Not even just competitively, right? So that's most of the room. Okay. So I got you guys a little bit invested just based off that, right? So we can all agree that we've all played video games. So we're here just to say that we are trying to create a different area for video games. We're trying to create a competitive space for video games. And this is something that us three have been leaders of, and we've been trying very hard to accomplish. So right now, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not used to talking in front of lots of people like this. But I'm just trying to use this time to represent us and just become known and be supported throughout UT Tyler. I think this is a good space for people who are trying to compete in video games. And we're also not just a competitive organization, but a creative one. We're an organization that does not just play video games, but we do other things such as graphic design, especially for our talent major that we just had recently. I'm sure you guys are aware of. And we also do other things such as programming, creating servers. So we want to just be known not as just a place for competitive video games, but a creative space as well. And that's something I kind of want to preface in this. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because right now, um, our lab is looking a little bit rough in terms of equipment. And we are trying to support organization and get funding for those things, such as new PCs, peripherals, keyboards, such things like that. So that's, and I'm also I want to clarify this too. I'm a new student. This is my first semester at UT Tyler. So this is a big step for me, a big leap of faith to trust this organization. And so I love it so far though. And as a new student, I love it. And this has been a good opportunity for me to have my space and have my voice. So thank you guys.
Yeah, like he said, my name's Tyler Roberts. I'm the head VP of the R6 department in the UT Tower Esports organization. Like he said, yeah, our space is looking a little bit rough, and if we could just have y'all support in it, that'd be awesome. I mean, aside from just like money and stuff that we need for equipment, just having the support of UT Tyler is just the biggest thing that we could ask for in these situations. I mean, truly, I believe that we're sitting on a gold mine of talent and opportunity for the esports department. We have over like 60 students join in the past like 3 years. So, I mean, it's a rough estimate for sure, but it's higher actually, apparently. But we really are continuing to grow. We see tons of development in our teams, tons of development in our programs. We had some even a lot more diversity over the past few years. So like a few women have joined the R6 team, and there have been, you know, several opportunities for other people to join. So I feel like we're making steps and strides in that. But just having y'all support and helping us out would be more than enough for sure.
I mean, I feel like they've covered all the bases, but you know, just so you know who I am, I was Jonah Akins, but I am the team captain for our Valorant team. We just recently, when we had, as you mentioned, the talent major, we won it. We have a really nice trophy in our lab. And I mean, if you ever stop by, you see how many trophies we have. And, you know, like he said, it's a gold mine of talent. We have so many players who are out there. They really want to work hard and really make something out of this, you know, go somewhere with it. And, you know, we just need some support in any way to help our program grow further. That's
Yeah.
So our lab is actually just the COB 158. It's down the hallway over there. If you go past the Starbucks, just take a right. It's right there. You
Yeah,
can see it
it's
all the
sign.
time. Yeah, we have a sign that you can see it. But I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for having us. It's a pleasure.
Thank you guys so much. You should definitely go check out their lab. It's really cool to see all of them playing, and they have varsity nights right after our meetings typically. We don't have anyone. Is anyone else here for open forum? Okay, seeing none. We have no one for speakers podium. So moving on to officer reports. So I will start. My officer report is kind of lengthy this week. I went to UT SAC, which is the basically all of the student government presidents or representatives from each UT system school comes together to find proposals and things that the students feel could be better at all of our universities and across the board in UT system. And we make proposals for the UT system to look at over the next year and hopefully find solutions to. So it was honestly really informative. There is undergraduate committee, graduate committee. So Macy Kirkby, Senator Kirkby was a part of the graduate committee. I am a part of the undergraduate committee. So I think we both learned a lot. And I think UT Tyler is honestly such a great university, and I think I've learned how many opportunities we truly do have as students here. So yeah, that was really informing. I would love to go over some of the proposals with you guys at a later date. It's kind of a lot. So if you would like to know about those, I would love to tell you. But yeah, so that's what I did over the weekend. Really fun. Had a good time. So moving on to Vice President Romero.
Vice President Romero. My week has been pretty minimal. I had some family stuff I had to do, so I had to cancel events, but I do have some updates regarding that. And so that will be explained more in events committee report. I've just been prepping for our nursing finals bags that are later this week.
Secretary Adams. This past week, I've been working on minutes as well as recordings, getting that uploaded and sent to all of you as well. And then additionally, alongside Vice President Romero, we did attend the first President's Council meeting earlier today for our representative organizations, as well as being there with our SGA caps on as well.
Treasurer Mercado, this week we met with multiple organizations for SGAC, and then on top of that, I have been communicating back and forth with multiple. Wow. Brain student organizations about trying to get everything settled for the budget. And then I'm also having a meeting with Josh tomorrow to kind of finalize the semester.
Thank you so much. Chief of Staff Richardson is out sick today. So we're going to move on to committee reports. We'll start with events.
Vice President Romero, Events Committee had a delay in the nursing finals bags, but that was moved to Thursday and Friday. This week it'll be in nursing, Braithwaite Building, 2600. So Thursday will be 12 to 1, and then 12:30 to 1, and then Friday will be 1 to 2. This is so students can have especially commuter students can have an opportunity to get a finals bag depending which day they go and have more flexibility and a variety of when they can come get a finals bag. And we talked about our UT campus wide finals bags. That will be December 2nd and 3rd at 12:30 to 1:30 as well.
Moving on to communications.
Today, our communications committee, Secretary Adams, was pretty eventful. We got to delegate different write-ups for what we are going to put in the semester newsletter. That is including different events from Constitution Day, Midnight Breakfast, Trunk or Treat, Finals Bag, Swoop Station, Arbor Day, and our National Hazing Week participation, as well as some of the things we've discussed during our General Assembly, the policies we're working on, whether that was the tailgating policy at the beginning of the semester to discussions about student engagement, tutoring, and academic success, as well as student safety, accessibility, and visibility on campus.
Moving on to SGAC.
Hi, Senator Kelly here for SGAC. So first we met with the Hispanic Student Association for their annual potluck event on the 21st at 5:30. We approved them for up to $423.71 in Walmart and Gino's Tacos. Then we met with American Medical Student Association for their Fall Holiday Farewell event on the 2nd of December. We approved them for up to $298.44 in Walmart, Amazon, and the Chick-fil-A on campus. Then we met with Phi Theta Kappa alumni for their alumni induction ceremony on the 2nd. We approved them for up to $169.84 in Walmart items, FD's Grill House, and also some backup restaurants as needed. And then finally, we met with the African Student Association for their African Student Association movie night event on the 22nd. Approved them up to $325.19 in Walmart items and CC's Pizza.
Thank you. Moving on to rules, but Chief of Staff Richardson is not here, so we will move on to ESC. Senator Kirkby is also not here, so we will move on to student voice reports. First is the Health Science Center. I do not see the senator, so moving on to Liberty Landing.
Senator Villalobos here. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. So I don't have much to say, but I do have a big update regarding the gate on our left side of Liberty, where the other gate's at. So yes, Dr. Joe is on board with that, but however, the process will take a while because it doesn't have a box to scan. You have to get out the car and manually have to open the gate yourself. Yeah, that's gonna take quite a while. And one thing I did notice, I did bring up RHA. I haven't got an update on it yet. Sending an email out regarding to just pick up your trash. Don't leave your trash all over the ground at Liberty. I've noticed so many McDonald's, Taco Bell, Whataburger, just anything you can think of on the ground. I try my best to pick it up. I can't really bend down all the way, so sometimes I feel bad when I leave it there. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to UPines.
Senator Gomez, after a few complaints from our residents and a few of you, I have contacted Jennifer Chandler, the Assistant Director of Resident Life at UPines and last year's Chief of Staff at SGA. We discussed about the parking situation, the gates always been broken, and the watering system situation. And we expect to see changes from as soon as after Thanksgiving, if not the start of the next semester.
Hey, thank you. Is that all for you, Pines? Yes. Okay. Moving on to old business. Does anyone have anything to add for old business? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to new business. I entertain a motion to open a discussion about senator meet and greets. Okay, so the premise of the idea came from Ona Tolliver. We met with her as an e-board and she had some really great ideas. I think due to the fact that we haven't really seen the Senator Project money and we have extra money in the budget left over, we thought it would be a good idea to possibly bring meet and greets to the table for each senator kind of group to do. So this would be things such as, setting up a table in the College of Arts and Sciences and having coffee or little snacks, little donuts, things like that. And have like a meet and greet with your constituents. And so everyone knows who you are and you meet new people who you may not see every day in class. So I just wanted to get your opinions on if y'all would like to have these kind of meet and greets and have a certain part of the budget kind of allotted to that for each group. Anybody? Questions, comments, concerns?
Senator Page. So with it coming to like the end of the semester and finals and everything, would we want to do that like early January?
Yeah, so you could do it. We'll approve another, the budget for next semester, the first or second meeting, probably the first meeting. So we could put in, if y'all like the idea, we could put that in the budget and we could approve it and y'all could do it as soon as you wanted and we could get that process going.
And did y'all have like an idea for like a rough budget that y'all look at either per group or an overall?
I feel like it'd probably be per group. Eliza can speak more to that.
So when we talked about the idea, it was more of we would have a generalized budget for everyone SGA, and then each college and group would get a certain amount of that budget. We do have a lot left over from this semester, so potentially just using what we have left from this semester and being able to divide that up into other categories as well as this one if we want.
Anyone else?
Senator Kelly. So this was actually brought up by Dean Swinburger at the College of Business. He thought it would be a great idea for at least us to do, and I'm glad that everybody else is going to get to do it as well. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Anyone else have any discussion? Yep.
Senator Barnes, I'm just wondering about like the freshman representative or like sophomore, where would they be posted?
We could discuss that further. We could probably find out where freshmen and sophomores have most of their classes and probably do it there. Or the UC. Yeah, the UC is a generalized student space, so you could do it there as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? No? Okay. All right. I entertain a motion to close the senator meet and greet discussion. Okay, I entertain a motion to open up secretary nominations. Okay, I will let Dane take
Okay.
this.
Hello, everyone. Secretary Adams. I just wanted to let you all know the events that have happened over the past few weeks and what that means moving forward for student government, especially for me. A few weeks ago, I found out I was selected for the UT System Texas Legislative Fellowship, which means next semester I will be moving to Austin to work on policy for the Texas legislative session. So with that, I got to speak with our e-board and determine kind of the best course of action moving forward. That being, I decided that I will resign from this position to allow opportunity for an efficient e-board moving forward. So yeah, with that, I've loved working alongside you all this semester, as well as my time in student government. And we decided that this would be the meeting where I would resign to give opportunity for nominations as well as an election and training, all to set up the student that will follow me for next semester.
So just to clarify, you do have to be in SGA for 8 meetings to be nominated. If you're not sure and you are nominated, I will go over everyone who has been nominated, double check their attendance and things like that, and make sure that and clarify that you have been in for 8 meetings. We will do nominations today, and then our next meeting, December 3rd, we will do elections. So it'll be a special elections within our group, and we will welcome the new secretary. But I will open the floor for nominations. This can also be if someone would like to run for the position.
Senator Page, I would like to run.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any nominations?
As Senator Campbell, I would like to nominate Sela Kelly. And she nominates her as well.
Do you accept the nomination?
Senator Kelly, yes, I do.
Anybody else? Any other nominations?
Senator Meyer, and I want to nominate Victoria.
Senator Okafor, do you accept the nomination?
I accept the nomination.
Any other nominations or people who would like to run for the position? Time out. Sorry. Oh, we have to go over that here. Sorry. Would anyone in the order of succession like to step into the secretary position? Yes.
But as soon as you
So sorry.
No, I would not.
coming from Treasurer Mercado.
Okay. So we. Okay. Okay. We have discussed it, so I don't foresee that, but I will double check. But the nominations will stand as long as he passes. So anyone else? Any other nominations?
I nominate Colin. I forgot your last name. Campbell.
Senator Campbell, do you accept the nomination?
Sure, why not? Yes, I,
Oh.
Colin Campbell, accept.
Okay. Okay, last call. Anyone? Anyone else? Any other nominations? Okay. Oh,
I nominate Senator Arcienko.
Senator Arcienko, do you accept the nomination?
I do accept the nomination. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, any last nominations? Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. We will look over those. We will double check that you all are eligible to be nominated. I will send out more information about the election in the next meeting as long as Robert does pass. And I will let you guys know all the information that you need to come prepared with. I entertain a motion to close secretary nominations. Thank you, guys. Does anyone have anything to add for new business?
Thank you. Senator Page, I motion to open discussion about esports. All right. Yeah, so are we able to ask them questions as well? Sure. Okay. Yeah, but I just kind of wanted to open up the floor to talk about what they presented, give them possibly a little bit more time to talk about it. And I also wanted to clarify, none of our budget rolls over next semester, correct? Okay. It,
The next semester, yes, next year.
gotcha.
Any questions?
What help would you like from us? And like, if it is supplies, for example, or money, what would it go towards?
That's a good question. For one, we need leadership positions in our community or in our organization. So that would go towards like student funding for like a lab tech, and then on top of that, just new hardware and stuff for our lab. Because right now we're playing at a competitive disadvantage in all of our games. We're playing on about 4-year-old computers versus the people we're playing are like brand new. So it would go towards funding for like hardware, and then also funding for like lab tech positions.
Do you know what, like, so the computers alone, what the cost like per unit would be, and then how many you would need per team?
So each team would only need at least 5 PCs, and that could range anywhere from 2K to 2.5. So I don't know the math of that right now. That's like 10 to 12K for one team, and that could probably go to honestly all the teams as of how we schedule it and whatnot. So there would be no overlap with those.
We have a total of 10 PCs right now in our lab, so it'd be around $20,000 to upgrade 10 PCs.
The 10 PCs would also be used for the upcoming like Talon majors and LAN esports events. So that was probably one of our bigger successes in that. So just doing that with actual competitive PCs might be an avenue for opening up to other schools on that as well.
Any other questions?
I'd also just like to emphasize too that this would be $20,000 sounds like a lot, but the longevity of these PCs would be around from 5 to 6 years probably.
Yeah, like maybe. Yeah, with our games that we're actually running, these PCs probably could last for like 5 to 10 years. So it would be like a one-time investment, really.
Treasurer Mercado, this is more a question for Joshua Fast. Would this be more considered a senator project if they did want to take it on? It's a Senate decision. Okay, just one. Okay, so we can carve out a portion of our budget, or it can be a Senate project. I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Can I ask how the PCs that you currently have affected your standings and or plays?
Yeah, I can actually answer that. So our first game was against UTD this semester, and we were having multiple problems with it. We had frame droppage. We had people actually blue screening, meaning that the PC turned off mid-game. So we had to play around without a player because they wouldn't let us pause it. Like that's just part of the rules. Like if your PC malfunctions, then you play the round without that player. So it actually cost us a few games this semester against some harder teams.
It's also the fact that the lab is a physical place to be. And for the varsity teams, we have to be in person playing together. But that's not necessarily required for the academy teams. And it's not required for people to come in for community events or anything. But not only is it not required, it's kind of not like something, at least me, I don't look forward to playing on those PCs as compared to playing at home. It's great to be in person and to be able to see the people you're playing with and hear the people you're playing with in person. You turn around, you can fist bump, whatever. But with the PCs that are in there now, it's not really enticing to come and play in person.
Yeah, this not only impacts just the competitive teams, but also impacts like just students wanting to go in there and play for fun. Like I've had several students come up to me and like, text me on Discord when I'm at my house, like, hey, can you come up to the lab, the PC blue screens? And it overall just kind of decreases our growth of people that are actually interested in coming to the lab in the first place. Because when they come in there, they want the PC to run and want the PC to actually work. And if we can't provide them with that, it kind of just opens up the avenue. Well, oh, the esports lab doesn't actually perform well, so we're not going to go there. But yeah, just the PCs overall this semester have probably cost us at least a few of our games for sure.
Senator Page. So if y'all were to get new systems, would y'all keep the old systems as backups, or would you be able to offset some of the cost by selling the systems, or what process would there be for those older?
That would probably be a Josh question for sure on that one.
We would use because they're high end. They don't meet the standards of what we want for esports, but they would meet the standards for a student computer.
Yeah, that most definitely.
Senator Campbell, I'm just curious because I don't game. With these computers, like how many hours on average are they used a week, including recreational, including practice, including like competitions?
So currently we have open hours for like 1 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, right? So that's what, like 5 hours a day times 5, that's 25 hours minimum, but that's not including however many hours outside of when just the actual varsity players or academy players will go in there on their own time to practice. So that could go anywhere from 25 to 50 or 75. It can ramp up a lot.
So most of our games either last between like 2 to 3 hours. So if we're looking at just game days, we have like 5 competitive teams that currently play on those computers. So we're looking at like 10 to 15 hours a week just for the games alone. That's not including practices, scrims, people just coming in there to use the computers in general. So, I mean, those computers are really getting some wear and tear on them for sure.
Senator Young, something I would like to see from esports that I think would benefit kind of the school overall is just work on kind of becoming a more welcoming space, I feel, because whenever you look in there, I just see, like, I know you said you have a few like women that will come and play, but, like, as like a woman who likes to play video games, it just doesn't feel like very like welcoming. And I feel like esports, like whenever you think of like, oh, someone on the esports team, you definitely have like an image in your mind of someone who like plays competitive video games. So I think what would be beneficial for that is just trying to welcome more different types of people and kind of further expand your reach. And I think that could also be beneficial like for your teams and trying to get new computers and stuff, because you might partner with someone that could really like benefit y'all there.
So one of the like things that we were actually talking to our new esports coordinator was like actually splitting it up into 2 things. So like having the competitive esports and then having like a UT Tower gaming, which is like something that we really want to open up to the community for, because that's something in the past has been pretty hard, is connecting with the community over like really competitive games. One of our current teams, the Super Smash team, actually does a really great job of like connecting with the community and doing like actual community events. So we have done events in the past and we try to advertise those pretty well, but just having no student positions or anything to work on like graphics or being able to open up to that it gets really hard, because then you put it on the players that are trying to focus on the game. So we have to ask people in positions that they're not used to doing to go out and like, hey, go spread like awareness in the community, and it's pretty hard just in that position. But I definitely agree with you. There needs to be more of a community aspect as well.
Just a question for the Senate. How would you guys feel if they could possibly host like learn to play a certain game kind of events? Like if they hosted more events, do you feel like that would fulfill the more welcoming and more welcoming environment that you're talking about?
I also think like it would be cool is like I know Greek life here is also pretty big. So honestly, seeing like a sorority versus fraternity like Smash Brothers tournament, or like I would pay pretty good money to see like a frat play Mario Kart. Like I think like that I think that's like hilarious. So I think you can use like different like groups almost to your advantage, or like have a tennis team versus soccer team who's better at certain video game, and like maybe they've never played. Well, you're right there, like basketball team versus whatever. Like I think you can really like once you find those people that can fill those positions, I think that could really benefit y'all's team. And then you can also make money for the computers if you do those types of fundraisers.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like we just got approved to start doing fundraisers, and like this year alone we tried to do one thing. I think it was the event. Yeah, we tried to do an event and it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. But we also have like you were saying with the tennis team, they actually created their own team. They're part of the CS:GO team. So they came in there, they asked me questions, and really we are really open. All you have to do is either knock on the door. If the door is open, you can come in and just ask questions. But that's another aspect of the thing is like we're kind of put in a corner. So we're like, you can notice us and you can see us, but it does feel kind of closed off in that sense. But we are looking for a new space and like a new place to interact with the community for sure. Oh, and then we also, one of our things I totally forgot to mention is we just opened up a Minecraft server for the community at UT Tyler, and Colin can tell you a little bit more about that.
So the Minecraft server is currently under development. It's kind of like a closed beta right now with a whitelist. It's going to be a community SMP for all of the UT Tyler students, with certain events that happen, like a Hunger Games event every once in a while and stuff like that. Okay, Senator Page, before I ask this, our senator budget right now, is it still the full 2,000? Okay. With, if you had the opportunity to have $2,000, now this wouldn't, whatever you were to get would have to benefit the student body as a whole, not just specifically the esports teams. What would you be able to get, or what would you look to get with $2,000?
That would probably be put into events again for like community stuff. Is just we don't have the money to run those events right now. So like we're doing as much as we can with like the hardware side on our own, but like being able to run those events for the school would probably be put to use by the student body.
I have another Josh question as I walk back here. Can you clarify if I know that they're a varsity team, but how does that?
They are not a student organization, they are a department. Oh, no, can you hear me? So there are 3 areas. You have the varsity team, you have the recreational side, and then you have community events. And so there are 3 pillars of the program. And so they are right now supported in part through the Department of Student Engagement, the Department of Rec Sports, and the Souls College of Business. And so the 3 of us are doing our best to keep the program sustained. However, there are things as they have identified, such as the PCs, that we are trying to address, but it may be a long-term solution until we can identify those funds.
Thank you for clarifying.
Senator Meyer, just to kind of give a little bit of grace, my community college had a game room, and I guess it's called the esports room, but it was a little bigger. So, I mean, I guess I could see like where the attendance may be kind of low as far as like getting the school involved because it is like a smaller space. And every time I walk past it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so crammed in this room trying to play these games. Like all the computers are super close, like playing elbow to elbow. And I feel like if y'all did have a bigger space, y'all could get more people involved. And like as far as like getting the word out, I agree with like putting more flyers out. And like if you I don't know if you guys have a social media. Do y'all have a social media? Yes. Yeah, okay. Just like spreading the social media a little bit more. I don't know how to play games, but I'd like to play Roblox, Barbie Dream House. So I would definitely be in there. if you guys have a bigger space, and I know I could get a lot of people like involved in that. Yeah, but I wasn't ever sure if it was open to like the school, if it was just like a organization thing, like you had to join it to go in there. So I just wasn't sure. But yeah, I definitely think that when you guys do get a bigger space, y'all have a lot more people going.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's not like we're not seeing activity. I mean, if I'm looking at the numbers, right? Like on our UT Tyler Esports server alone on Discord, we actually have 588 members just in that Discord server, and we actually have team servers as well. So I can go through those if y'all would like. But just really the space is the biggest part right now because, you know, our players don't really want to go in there. The community members don't really want to go in there. And, you know, it kind of does feel sectioned off from the rest of the school. However, you know, when we have our varsity game days, it can feel kind of like separated from the rest of the school for sure. So I understand y'all's like perspective on that.
Senator Okafor, would y'all consider creating like a student organization under esports? That way you could ask like committees like SGAC for money to fund your events that you want to do.
Josh, that is not possible, correct? No. Yeah, that's against SGAC. We are coming up on 10 minutes, so if you guys do want to extend the discussion, we can. That will just need to be motioned, but yeah, there's the other page.
Senator Page, I motion to extend the discussion. Okay.
Okay, we can extend. Does anyone have anything else to add?
Okay. Do you, like, as you've said, it's kind of the esports lab is kind of off to the side, it's kind of decentralized on campus. If there were the opportunity to have a more central location, do you believe that that would help alleviate a lot of the problems that y'all have, such as possibly like the utilization of the lab?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like right now we're just kind of, you know, like I said, put in a corner. If we were more like, you know, centered, like say somewhere in the UC or somewhere close to where the students are actually going, it would draw a lot more student engagement. We could also get a lot more graphics out there just to kind of be like, hey, look, arrows over here, come over here, type of thing. But no, definitely, I do believe that. I mean, even at the beginning of the season, when people wanted to try out, they were having a hard time finding the lab.
And I'm curious, do y'all keep like a log of kind of who, not necessarily who comes into the lab, but like y'all's attendance per, like just over a period?
So we tried to at certain points, but people, we used to have like a sign-in sheet, and you know, it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. So right now what we have is card access. So you have to be a part of a team to have card access, or if the door is open or someone's in there during those open hours, they can open the door to you. I can say like just by person, we could probably have like 5 to 10 people come in there a day during those open hours. But I mean, we don't really have a log of that or anything. So.
For your information, we do. The varsity team. We do have access to that data. So varsity team, the varsity plan, and then on the recreational side, they will be checking in through the same software that Rec Sports uses.
Question for Josh also real fast. Have we ever thought about moving them to the UC as we're going through a transition in spaces?
That's a very good question. I think the university is exploring a lot of different options as far as what the master plan looks like. And so once President Finley has unveils a new master plan, I think some of those discussion points will be looked at that point. I think we're trying to enhance student engagement across the board. I think esports is going to continue to play a role in that, whether it's in the university center or we expand the facility here where they started, or we look at other locations across campus to where we not only grow the varsity side, but we also grow the recreational side.
Okay, Senator Scott here. So obviously for like, you know, 5 PCs, 20K, I don't believe that's even within the student government budget, but are you wanting to, I guess this is both a question for you, Tyler, and you, Allison, would it be more something like advocating for more funding? Like in the past, we've done like referendums where, you know, it can end up coming down to either student vote or like, for like the athletics fee, for example.
Yeah, so we are definitely looking for like a way to just any receiving funding that we can just to being put it towards use. So even if it is 2K, I mean, like I said, we would put that towards community events and growing the community. But if we're, if we're looking for like more funding for like hardware and stuff, definitely looking for like a referendum. That would definitely be a good position. I was actually had a question for y'all if there was a way that like the esports like organization in general could actually have a position in student government. Like we have tons of people that would actually like to join.
That'd be a part of rules to have that.
We have a lot of seats open. There are a lot of constituencies that need people. So based on our membership numbers, you guys, whoever wants to be in, we can try to find you a spot. We would love to have more people involved in SGA, and that would, I think if you guys do want to get involved, becoming a senator is probably the way to go. Josh, would a referendum be considered a student? Are they done by student fees? Like, would that be a student fee increase? Okay, yes. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing none, I entertain a motion to close the esports discussion. Does anyone have anything else for new business? Okay, seeing none, I will move on to advisor comments. Oh, I entertain a motion to close new business.
I entertain a motion to close, to move to closed session to discuss SGA business.
I can pause the recording. Yeah.
Yeah, pause the recording. All right, advisor comments. Good meeting. I want to give some more context on esports. They came to their own decision to come here. It was not my request. They know that I'm equally trying to find some long-term funding. It is something that I am trying to request as far as our student service fee committee of trying to pull from that account. Right now, we're kind of doing the bare minimum to ensure that we continue varsity play. As they highlighted, we have some really good varsity teams on esports, and I think we can continue to grow the varsity program. Continue to identify that, and so we are active sponsorships from ETX communications out of Gilmore. For those who don't know that, and I don't think they just share that, but the internet in the lab is not on the university network. And so for security purposes, they are on their own internet. And ETX is a sponsor and has helped make that possible. It's one of the fastest internet, by the way, on campus. So we're really proud about that. And so I'm also looking at one-time requests for the fee committee to help ensure that we continue to provide support. We continue to identify ways to impact all students. And so some of the suggestions y'all talked about, I think is great feedback for them and for so that way we can look at if we were to able to secure the funding, how do we impact all students? Because that's if it's student funded, we need to make sure we be good stewards and try to get back to the students best we can. And so, as I mentioned before, it is an effort between us and sports. Very supportive, and we're optimistic that starting in fall of 25, we might actually have some esports courses to offer students under the Department of Computer Science and Marketing. And so, because the industry's not going away, it's one of the largest, fastest growing industries out there. And I think students are really interested in that. And so I think we're excited to play to be active in that. Other than that, that's all of the feedback I got.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, so moving on to announcement. If you are not in the SGA general group me, please come see me. We need people to get into that if you are not. Other than that, pack the pantry. I will be donating tomorrow. So if you have non-perishables, please bring them to the SGA office, UC 2160. It's right by the one-stop hallway. So we have a Christmas tree up. Just look for those. Also, thank you to everyone who has donated already. I got some stuff as well. Rock the Mic is in the PC today, starting at 7 o'clock. So that'll be a fun karaoke event. I think quite a few of the senators are going. So I think that would be a really fun event for everyone to be at. Does anyone have any other announcements? Okay. Seeing none, we will not have General Assembly next week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a good break. Spend it with your families, please. But yeah, nothing during breaks. So yeah, that's it. I entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. Thank you, guys.
Merry Christmas, because I won't be at the last meeting.
Should we go on? All right, and can I see all nominees for the